Welcome to Boggersox TV. We've got lots of classic and original TV shows. Subscribe now and enjoy the video.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can!
Grandpa! No, be careful! Grandpa, stop! Grandpa, in my pocket! Our town is called Sunnysands because it's always sunny and it's by the sea. We love spending time at our beachette on the beach. And you can see the lighthouse from my bedroom window. This is Mum and Dad's bike shop. And here's Miss Smiley's cafe, which serves the best ice cream sundaes in the world. Then there's Mr Whoops's shop, where you can buy anything and everything. Everyone loves Sunnysands. It was a sunny Saturday morning and Mum had a new hobby, gardening. And you know what Mum's new hobbies are like? They take over the whole house.
All I can say is I'm glad she's at the bike shop today, Jason, even if she has left us in a forest.
But the forest is great to play with all my beasts, Grandpa.
I wouldn't call Gordon a beast.
But we can pretend he's one.
I tell you what, Jason, as it's such a lovely day, why don't we take the beasts into the garden?
And that's how it all started. It was going to be really good fun because today we were going to have a garden full of beasts. But just then, the doorbell went. I ran to answer it, and who should come storming in?
I've come to help.
Great Aunt Loretta.
And not a moment too soon.
Oh, yes. Grandpa's sister was here. Now, Great Aunt Loretta is always making really weird food, like sausage with sardine sauce. And she drinks spinach and sprout shake, which we call green glue. She's always stubbing her toe. We have a pack of peas in the freezer that we always put on it. And she's often like this, or like this. And she makes Grandpa feel like this.
There's nothing for it. We'll have to get out there before she makes a terrible mess.
What a terrible mess.
It's not a terrible mess.
It is. It needs sorting.
No, it doesn't. We like it like this.
You don't know anything about gardens, you lot. But I know a man who does.
Great Aunt Loretta had sent for her friend, Mr Hackit, who knew about gardens. Or at least, that's what he thought. Grandpa and I couldn't imagine what he was going to do to our garden. One thing was certain, Mr Hackit was bad news. Grandpa wasn't at all happy.
I think I'll just go for a little lie down.
We'll just have to play in here, Grandpa, and let them get on with it.
We'll do no such thing, Jason. Mr Hackett will hack the garden to pieces if we don't stop him. Don't you worry.
Not the shrinking cap, Grandpa!
Catch me if you can.
You know when Grandpa shrinks, he can get up to all kinds of magical things. Grandpa! Get down, Grandpa! Not the plane, Grandpa! He can fly off in my plane. He can get into my car and make it go. he's worth. Grandpa! Get down, Grandpa! Grandpa? Grandpa, come back! When Grandpa shrinks and disappears, everyone thinks he's having a little lie down. Apart from me. But right now, I had no idea where he was. Until... Whee! He was flying about on Gordon, my toy seagull. Grandpa, come back down! I didn't know what Grandpa's plan was, but mine was to get into the garden to see what Mr Hackit was up to. Great Aunt Loretta was showing him the tree.
I mean, just look at it. It's so overgrown.
Oh, Hackett. Hackett by name, Hackett by nature. That's me.
Then she showed him the flower bed.
Look at it. It's full of weeds.
No worries. I'll dig it. I can dig as well as I can hack.
And then she showed him the pond.
Just look at the state of the pond. It's so full of weed. I feel really sorry for Keith.
Keith is the gnome that Great Aunt Loretta gave Grandpa one birthday.
He can't catch any fish in that murky water, can you, Keithy?
Great Aunt Loretta is very keen on Keith.
I'll weed it. No worries.
Great Aunt Loretta left Mr Hackit to get on, but I knew she'd be back later.
Or start with a tree.
No, you mustn't hack the tree!
I'll just get me stepladder.
But there's a bird's nest in the tree! I looked around for Grandpa. I knew he'd be planning to come into the garden soon, and I was right. Grandpa!
Whee!
Get down! Luckily, Grandpa was well hidden by the time Mr Hackit came back.
Right, time for a quick hack.
I wouldn't go up there, Mr Hackit.
Don't you worry about me. Why don't you go and check on your grandpa inside, eh?
But of course, my Grandpa wasn't inside. He was in the nest.
That's no ordinary seagull.
No, it's a cross between a seagull and a pterodactyl. I had to think up a name really fast. It's called a Gordanosaurus. Very rare.
I think maybe I won't hack the tree. I'll do the flower bed. I'll just go and get my spade from the van.
So far, so good, Jason. Go and get the box of beasts ready for my next plan.
Grandpa's next plan was this.
Got me spade. Now it's time to diggity dig. It's a huge hairy spider!
Oh yes, there are tons of those huge hairy spiders in that flower bed.
I think perhaps I'll start on the pond. I'll just pop inside for a drink of water first.
This is going awfully well, Jason. All we've got to do is stop him messing with the pond.
Once Grandpa's got an idea, there's no stopping him. But Mr Hackit came out of the kitchen before Grandpa had a chance to hide. Luckily, Grandpa had an idea.
That's odd. There are two Keiths. I'm sure there was only one Keith before.
Just then, the doorbell went.
I'll go.
When I looked back at the pond, Keith number 2 had gone. I wondered what he was up to. And then I found his clothes. This time, Grandpa had gone too far. The bad news was Grandpa was planning a swim. The worst news was that guess who was back?
Nothing's been done. Come on. I'll help.
Well, the thing is, unfortunately, this garden is full of beasts. And another Keith has appeared.
Another Keith? Don't be so silly. Where's the other Keith?
He was there. He's gone missing.
And at that moment, I realised that something else had gone missing. My alligator. Then I saw Grandpa's cap and I guessed what was coming. Grandpa was hiding in the pond, waggling the alligator.
I told you this garden was full of beasts!
Soon Grandpa was back in his clothes. He whipped off his shrinking cap and came back to his normal size. Well done, Grandpa. I don't think Mr Hackit will be back.
I couldn't have done it without you, Jason. You and the beasts, of course. Teamwork, eh?
Teamwork. Just then, Great Aunt Loretta came down the stairs, so I quickly hid my alligator.
I feel better for having had a little lie down, that's for sure. Oh, you got a bit of pondweed stuck behind your ear, Grandpa. Anyone would think you'd been swimming in the pond with that alligator.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'll have you know, it's a very bad idea to keep alligators in ponds, Jason Mason.
All behind cushions.
With our magic and turn the world hairy.
Oh, how trendy!
We ran out of spells in our hairy fairy tree,
But they don't care.
they love to be hairy. Hairies, finding all the laughter in hairy land. Ma, Pa,
And Minnie.
and don't forget there's Nana.
And Chihuahua, the hairy cat.
But up on the hill in Chateau Shampoo, there's Boris Boo-Hoo.
And Boris too.
Boris is trouble, you wait and see. But they don't care, they love to be hairy. Ah, well, Wiggy, I'm always glad to get back to the hairy fairy tree after an adventure. What's that smell?
Hi! Can you smell what we can smell? I've got it! It's the sweet-smelling frillyfuzz flower. That's what, Quiff. Hey! There's a whole patch of them right there in the curly-swirly meadow.
Oh, the rarest flowers in Hairyland growing right there in the meadow. Hey, that reminds me. Do you want to hear a story about the frillyfuzz flowers?
Of course they do. Well, one day we were flying around Hairyland on our Papa Piggy looking for adventure. Papa Piggy. Picky, picky, Papa me round Hairyland, round Hairyland.
I am Quick.
And I am Wiggy with a hairy
fairy band. In the Ha Ha Hairy's garden, Ha 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 was in an extra specially happy mood.
Because he'd grown these.
Frillyfuzz flowers.
Just then, we landed in the flower bed. Pa had grown the frillyfuzz flowers from seeds.
And today he was going to plant them in his garden.
Yes, this was the day Pa planted the frillyfuzz flower.
The bristly whistler in the hairy pear tree was proud of Pa.
Oh, yeah. Ma was proud of Pa.
Even Chihuahua was proud of Pa.
Now up on the hill at Chateau Shampoo, someone else could smell them. Can you guess who?
Boris, boo-hoo, what's he gonna do? Boris wanted to know what the lovely smell was, so he grabbed his hairy starey and looked out of the window.
He saw the frillyfuzz flowers.
Rubbish.
Oh, yes. Boris thought that the rare, sweet-smelling frillyfuzz flowers would make him lots of money.
But how? What Boris needed now was a plan.
Boris needs a plan, he needs a plan as quick as he can. He needs a plan, he needs it quick.
He needs a plan, a clever trick.
What'll it be?
What'll it be?
What'll it be? Frillyfuzz flower soap! That's what Boris could make from the frillyfuzz flowers.
Frillyfuzz soap makes bath time fun. Lots of lovely bubbles for everyone.
Use it in the bath.
Use it in the shower.
You'll smell as sweet as a frillyfuzz flower.
You will, oh yeah, you will, you will. Oh, you'll smell as sweet as a frillyfuzz flower.
So now he had to get hold of the flowers. The only problem was Chihuahua was in the garden, and Boris hates Chihuahua.
So he rang the Boise bell.
Which wasn't a cool idea because
That happened.
Boris told Boise to go and ask the Hairies if he could take Chihuahua for a walk.
Boise didn't know why Boris wanted him to do this. But he was very happy to do it anyway.
Back in the Hairies' garden, Ma and Pa were wondering where to plant the frillyfuzz flowers.
Ah! The flower bed! Of course! We're in the flower bed!
Not for much longer, we're not. Hold on tight.
I am!
We took off on our Papa Picky and landed in the window box.
And Pa started to plant his frillyfuzz flowers.
While Ma and Pa admired the frillyfuzz flowers, Boise arrived.
Ma was always pleased to see Boise.
Could he take Chihuahua for a walk? Of course he could.
If Boise takes Chihuahua for a walk, Boris will be able to get the flowers.
Yeah, that's Boris's plan, Wiggy.
I don't like Boris's plan. So off went Boise and Chihuahua.
And we were right about Boris's plan.
Because just then, he came tippy-toeing into the garden.
Oh, miss.
He started to dig, but someone was watching.
The bristly whistler. And she didn't like it one bit.
Boris knew that Ma and Pa would come out any minute because the bristly whistler was making such a terrible noise.
And he was right.
Pa saw that someone had been digging in the flower bed.
He looked around for somewhere safer to plant the flowers.
Ma pointed to the window box. We're in the window box, Quiff.
Not for long, we're not.
While Pa got his spade, we did this.
Whoops!
Soon, the flowers were in the window box.
As Ma and Pa went inside, Boris came tippy-toeing out again. But then he heard...
It was Nana!
Nana admired the frillyfuzz flowers and even picked one. Then in she went.
And out came Boris again.
Meanwhile, in the curly-swirly meadow, Boise was having a lovely time with Chihuahua.
And it was about to get even lovelier. 'Cause who should arrive but...
Minnie-ha-ha! And you know what Boise's like when he sees Minnie?
He dropped Chihuahua's lead. And off Chihuahua ran.
And off they went after him. Boris had got all the flowers into the wheelbarrow, but then who should he hear but...
Chihuahua!
Boris went into a panic. The kind of panic that makes you hide in a furry fir cone tree.
Then Chihuahua and Minnie and Boise arrived.
And Ma and Pa and Nana came out to see why Chihuahua was barking.
They all saw the frillyfuzz flowers.
Who could be trying to get them?
Ma said that they needed Chihuahua to guard the flowers.
And that's when Pa had a brilliant idea about where to put them.
Three cheers for Pa! Hip hip!
Shush!
Boris thought it was a terrible idea.
Because Pa had planted the frillyfuzz flowers here!
On Chihuahua's doggy den! Now Chihuahua can guard them all the time.
Oh, that is so cool!
3 cheers for...
Shush!
They all went inside again. But Boris was furious.
He couldn't have the flowers, but maybe he could have the seeds.
He ran to the table and grabbed the seeds.
Then he ran as fast as his skinny malingly legs would carry him.
The others all came out because they'd heard Chihuahua barking again.
What a great frillyfuzz flower guard dog he was.
Boris ran as fast as he could through the curly-swirly meadow.
He was going to grow his own frillyfuzz flowers and make frillyfuzz flower soap. He was so pleased with himself.
But not for long.
He spilt all the seeds.
Which is why there's a big patch of frillyfuzz flowers in the curly-swirly meadow. I'm going in for a nap, Wilson. You'd better go and guard the frillyfuzz flowers. Yep.
Why not you?
Because you can bark better than me.
No, I can't.
You can.
I so can't.
Oh, yes, you can.
You'll be calling me Chihuahua Quiff next.
Maybe I will because I've heard you bark. Do it in your sleep.